Here we are once again, reading a book, and today we shall read. God damn it! Azura and the Box. What's in the box? We're gonna find out. Here we go. Azura and the Box, an ancient tale of the Dwemer, Part 10, Part 11, by Mobar Soul. Oh, so this is how we're gonna start out. Nietzsche Bar had enjoyed an adventurous youth, but has grown to be very wise, very old Dwemer, who spent his life searching for the truth. And to dispel superstitions, he invented much and created many theorems and logic structures that bore his name. But much of the world still puzzled him. Nothing was a great enigma to him that the nature of the Adra and Daedra. Over a course of his research, he came to the conclusion that many gods were entirely fabricated by man and myrrh. Nothing, however, was a greater question to him, greater question to Nubel Snarfbar, than the limits of the divine power. Were the greater beings the masters of the entire world? Or did the humbler creatures have the strength to forge their own destinies? As Nebelsnarferbar found himself nearing the end of his life, he felt he must understand this basic truth. Okay. Among the sage's acquaintances was a holy Jinner priest named Arganith. When the priest would visit Bargazul Tanzanibra, Nebelsnarferbar, goddamn these fucking words, told him that he intended to do. God damn it. Define the nature of divine power. Arthurnick was terrified and pleased with his friends not to break the great mystery, but Nebelsnarferbar was resolute. Finally, the priest agreed to assist him out of the love of his friend, and thought he feared the results of this blasphemy. Arithmetic summoned Azura after the unusual ritual by which the priest declared his faith in his powers. Azura agreed to do no harm to him. Nebelsnarferbar and a dozen of his students entered the summoning chamber, carrying with them a large box. As we see you in our lands, Azura, you are the gods of dusk and dawn, and all mysteries therein, and Nebelsnarferbar, trying to appear as kindly and obscure as it could be, it is said that your knowledge is absolute. So it is, smiled the Daedra. You would know, for example, what is in this one box, said Nebelsnarferbar. Azura turned to authenticate with brow frowned. The priest was quick to explain. Goddess of this Dwemer, it is very wise and respected man. Believe me, please, the intention of this is not to mock your greatness, but to demonstrate it is the sciences, and the rest of his skeptical race. I have tried to explain your powers to him, but his philosophy is such that he must be demonstrated it. If I am to demonstrate my might in a way to bring the Dwemer race to understanding, it might have been a more impressive feat. You have me do ground Azura, and turned to look at Nebelsnarferbar in the eyes. There's a red petal flower in the box. Nebelsnarferbar did not smile or frown. He simply opened the box, revealing to all it was empty. When the students turned and looked at Azura, she was gone. Only authenticness had seen the god's expression before she vanished, and he could not speak. He was trembling so. A curse had fallen. He knew that truly But even crueler was the knowledge of the divine power that had been demonstrated. Nebelschnarferbar also looked pale, uncertain of his feet, but his face shore with not fear, but bliss. The smile of a drummer finding evidence of the truth only suspected. Two of the students suspected him of two more suspected the priest as he left the chambers. I have studied very much over the years, performed countless experiments, taught myself 1,000 languages, and yet the skill I have taught me, the final truth, the one that I have learned, was when I was a poor young man, trying only to have enough gold to whisper the sage. As he escorted up the stairs in his bed, the red flower petal fell from the sleeve of his voluptuous robe. Nebelschnarferbar died that night, a portrait of peace that came from content knowledge. Publisher's note! This is another tale whose origins unmistakably drummer against the words of some algorithmic translations are quite different, but the essence of the story is the same. The drummer had a similar tale of Nebelschnarferbar, but in the drummer version, Azura recognized the trick and refused to answer the question. She slew the drummer priest present as their skeptics and cursed the drummer for blasphemy. In the Asterisks. In the version, Azura is tricked not by the empty box, but by the box containing a spear which somehow became a flat square, of course. The Ultramis version had a few steps closer to the original drummer. As much more difficult to understand. Perhaps the stage magic explanation was added by Gorfeldemle because of the film's own experience with such tricks in the plays when that magic was not available. More slur left even the characters of the Nebelschnarferbar alone as he represents many drummer virtues. His skepticism was not near as absolute as Ultramis' version of celebrate, even though it brings a curse upon the drummer and the unnamed house of the poor priest. Whoever the true nature of the gods and whose right and wrong of the drummer were about them, the tale might explain why. The dwarves vanished from the face of Tamriel. Though Nebelschnarferbar and his kind may not have intended to mock the Azura and Daedra, their skepticism offered the divine order. Fuck. I'm watching you, bitch. I stole a brown star for her anus. She'll never be able to poop again. Aha! No more souls going into her anus. I need a beer.